Coach Ron here again with Wise Coaching with another podcast. Today's podcast is about running hacks. And although I'm not a big fan of the term running hacks because it sort of implies, you're somehow cheating or cutting corners or that kind of thing, um, that's not what we're talking about here. We're just talking about good ways, good ideas, good methodology to getting better at the run. So when I'm saying hacks, that's really what I'm talking about. So just like any physical exercise program, you want to make sure that you're healthy, make sure that your heart is healthy, make sure your body is healthy, and if you've got injuries, don't ignore them. I've got a network of people that I work with. I'm an older athlete, so I need help from time to time, and I've got a good network of orthopedic surgeons and massage therapists and physical therapists, chiropractors that I can go to when I've got sort of things that I need help with. So don't ignore your injuries. Look after them as quick as you can. You'll get back on the road faster that way. Um, with any running program, you want to make sure that you've got a good mobility program, something that you're doing before and after every session. Again, that'll help reduce the number of injuries that you've got in your triathlon career. Adequate warm up and cool down. Every time you do uh, tri-dot workout, you'll find that there are warm up and cool down sessions, to help make sure that you're getting the most out of your training and avoiding injury. Okay, so here's the first hack: lose some weight. Obviously, not everybody needs to lose weight, but I mean, let's be honest here. The vast majority of us could stand to lose a few pounds. We know in this country, obesity is a huge problem, but what I'm talking about here is just start with losing a few pounds. Lose 5 pounds and see how you feel after that. It'll be less stress on your body. Less stress on your body means that you're going to be there better mentally. You'll feel lighter. You'll run faster. Overall, you're going to feel better about running. So try losing a few pounds and see where that takes you. Maybe you lose a few more. Maybe that's your ideal racing weight. Okay, so for those of you that don't need to lose weight, and for those of you that do, consider running with weight. Be careful with this. This can be problematic and lead to injuries if you're not careful with it, but consider running with weight. And if you're going to do this, don't run too aggressively. Don't do hill repeats. Don't do sprints, but consider picking up 5 pounds, 7 pounds, 8 pounds, and run with that. They could be dumbbells. They could be, a weight belt, could be a weight vest, that kind of thing, and see how that feels. It's a lot like swimming in the pool with a parachute, where once you take that parachute off, now all of a sudden you feel super fast. So same idea. Give that a try. There was a guy in my old neighborhood that used to run with both ankle weights, and he had a set of ankle weights that he would hold in his hands and have them on his wrist. And I don't know how much he was carrying. If I were to guess, it'd probably be about 20 pounds, which is a lot. But I'd see him out there every single day running with these weights. So give that a shot and let me know how that works out for you. The next one is walk. I'm a huge believer in walking. Ideally, I'd get a walk in no matter how much I exercise throughout the day after dinner. The weather hasn't been great here in Southern California lately, but ideally, after we eat dinner, we go out for a walk. Just makes us feel better. But the other thing that I do is I start and end a lot of my workouts, my walks, both short and long runs, with walking. Uh, Gets the blood going, and I'm not talking about a stroll. I'm talking about a nice fast walk, probably something in the order of 13 to 14 minute pace before I start my run. The other thing that I do, and you'll see this in your TriDot workouts if you're signed up for TriDot, is you'll see some runs, longer runs have got walks incorporated into them, which has really, really been great for me. So the way that I do it is sometimes I run in the dark, so I can't always see my watch. But what I tend to do is I'll run for a mile and then walk, and I'll actually count my steps. When I'm walking at a fairly decent pace, I'll step at about 120 steps per minute. And so I'll count those. Actually, I count up to 60. I count my right foot strike, for example. But I'll count 60 foot strikes, right foot strikes, and that'll be about a minute. And then I'll start running again. And this it sort of resets everything. It resets your body, resets your mind, and gives you a good start into that next mile. So this has been a game changer for me. Hill repeats. I'm a huge believer in hill repeats. You could absolutely, injure yourself. So you really need to be careful with these and start slow. You don't need to start off with sprinting up hills, and they don't need to be, 10-degree grades either. Start with 2 or 3% grades and go from there. They don't need to be particularly long. 30 seconds to 60 seconds are great. But it helps you in so many ways. Helps build explosive speed, and this is something you can use even if you're an Ironman athlete. But it helps build muscle and resilience. And as we do these longer race, half and full Ironman races, it's great to be able to, recruit these, fast twitch muscles as well as our slow twitch muscles. And hill repeats will definitely help you do that. Good for both short and long course. Highly recommend hill repeats. Incorporate hard work. And what I mean by this is, we tend to go out for a run. It'll be, zone 2, high zone 2, low zone 3, which is great, fantastic, good. Please do that. But incorporate some hard work in there as well. And there's a couple of ways that you could do this. And sometimes I'll see this in my Triathlete workouts where I'll have, like a 6-minute zone 4 effort or a 10-minute zone 3 effort. And sometimes they'll be scheduled to be early in the workout, something like 10 minutes into the workout, which is great. I love that. I love having, do my mobility work, do 10 minutes of zone 2, and then get into like 10 minutes of zone 4 work, which is great. So if you've got a 1 hour running session, you've done, 10 minutes easy, you've done 10 minutes of hard work. Well, now you've got 40 minutes of zone 2 to finish that up. That's a great way to go because you're running on fatigued legs already. You've already got the hard work out of the way, but now your legs are fatigued. So that's a fantastic way to do it. The other way to do it is to do it late in the run. So do your mobility in your warm up, run for another, 30 minutes or so, maybe 40 minutes, and then do the hard work. Then do the zone 4 for 6 minutes or 10 minutes, and then spend the last, 10 minutes or so in your zone 2 work. Different ways to do it, but I find that I just feel like I really got something accomplished when I do incorporate the hard work into those longer running sessions. Forward lean. This is taking advantage of gravity, and you got to be careful with this one because when we're talking about forward lean, we're not talking about a huge forward lean. We're talking about a very slight forward lean, and we're talking about leaning at the ankle, not at the waist. This is a big mistake that a lot of people make. It's difficult to do this, so you might want to do it and practice at home up against a wall, leaning into the wall at the ankle, definitely not at the waist. One of the things this does for you is it helps avoid heel striking. And as we all know that when you heel strike, you tend to put on the brakes a little bit. It's not the most efficient way to run. So when you're leaning at the ankle, you're going to be more of a midfoot striker, which is really what we're looking for. Forward lean helps you build that momentum. You got the force of gravity working with you. And when you're doing your runs, you're going to want to check in from time to time to make sure you're still maintaining that forward lean. Otherwise, you're going to end up back into that same cadence, that same foot strike that you've had in the past. So check in with yourself, make sure that you're maintaining that good forward lean. And a couple of resources for you. Check out Pose Running or Chi Running. They're both essentially the same thing. I've done some research and had some coaching on these. They get into more of the theory of it and how to do it. Both really good resources. Highly recommend it. You can't be too educated on this stuff. Okay, 2-a-day runs, and you're probably thinking, dude, it's hard enough to find time to do one run a day. Where am I going to find the time to do 2 runs a day? And what I'm talking about here is taking your long run and possibly breaking it up into 2 sessions. So this can be done on a weekday. Some of you have long runs in the midweek, maybe Wednesday. You've got like an hour and a half or 2-hour run. Consider breaking that up into 2 runs. Do like an hour and 15 minutes in the morning, and I do the longer one in the morning, and maybe 45 minutes in the afternoon. If you've got a long run on the weekend, maybe you've got a 3-hour run, something like that. Do the 2-hour run in the morning and the hour run in the afternoon. It's less hard on your body, less of that constant pounding, gives you a chance to recover, gives you the chance to rehydrate and put some more nutrients into your body. So this is another really, really good running hack. So I hope those have helped. I know it's only a couple. There's, probably an infinite number that we could get into. That's the top of my list, those hacks. So I hope they help you. I hope that I can help you. Consider signing up for a 14-day no obligation trial, and that includes 2 free weeks of Triathlon training, and then 2 weeks training with me virtually. So you got nothing to lose, no credit card needed. Go to my website, click on the links in the show notes. Wise Coaching is WIISE coaching.com, and I'll see you at the races.